Well, hi folks, and welcome back to another episode of my Strategic Command play-by-email game with the Taxman. So let's see what happens during his turn. Okay, I wonder if we'll see anything this time. Okay, he's completing reinforcing the Maginot line there. And anything else? Well, hopefully this means he hasn't found my submarine, my U-30, which I'm trying to get to the Portuguese coast. Okay, so far he hasn't anyway. Okay, major events during his turn were British Royal Marines occupy Iceland, Iceland prepares for war, and Sir Oswald Mosley is interned as the Emergency Powers Act comes into force. Okay, and that's everything on his turn. Excuse me. That's everything on his turn. So I have another submarine that has come as a new unit. So might as well place that right now. And yeah, it doesn't need to go straight into a port. I think maybe it does, just for supply. Let's put it over here for now. Yeah, I think they come in, when you get new units, I think they come in with a 50% morale. So I think it's normally best practice to rest them for a turn to allow their morale and I guess their readiness to recover, because the readiness is only 75% as well. So that's probably a good idea putting it into port for now. Let's start off with U-30. Where are you, U-30? Please come in. Okay, so it's going to be a slow slog over to Portugal, and I'm just hoping he hasn't got anything in the way. Okay, fortunately we're still okay. I really want to keep it in silent mode. It makes the U-30 more difficult to find, so that's that. Now over here I do, as I say, I want to kind of, in a way, I don't know whether this is a good approach or not, but I'm going to kind of plug up the Keeler Canal here with submarines. I'm just going to put another one in there, like so. Yeah, do I want to put another one in? I might just put a... Oh, the heck. Oh, no. We've got some upgrades we can do on the surface vessels. I'm not going to do it just now. Remember at the end of last turn, I had a research breakthrough, and naval weaponry came through far sooner than I had anticipated, so that is fantastic, but it's probably going to be a bit costly. Let's just have a quick look. That's actually really cheap. I'm not going to do it just now, but we'll certainly get my fleet upgraded to naval weaponry level 2. I had also, as we come over to the German land units, I had been seriously thinking about whether to attack the Low Countries and France this turn. Now I've decided against it. Now the reason I had started to contemplate that was because after a lot of testing, I kind of found that my approach of only doing one force march with my units and then doing regular movement was a very bad idea. I actually wasted a lot of turns doing that. Now my concern had been the fact that you lose an awful lot of readiness and morale each time you use a forced march, and it takes additional turns to recover that. So if you do one forced march, I found it takes about 2 turns to recover. Similarly, if you do 2 forced marches, it takes about 3 turns to fully recover. What I found is it would have actually been better for me to do 3 forced marches across to the Western Front, because the time it would have taken me to upgrade and reinforce them over here would have been sufficient for them to fully recover their readiness and morale. And I would have probably managed to be in a position to attack France about 2 turns earlier. So, yeah, that was a mistake. I'm willing to admit it. I'm a newbie at this game. But consequently, I'm in this current position. It's the 28th of May 1940. And I think in reality, France and the Low Countries were attacked on the 10th of May. So I'm already 2 weeks behind. And I'm going to be at least a month behind by the time my next turn comes around and actually do launch the attack. But I really don't want to do it right now because the units are not in the best positions that I want them. Well, certainly the positions I want them to be in. I've got a number of units which are a little bit under strength. I really don't want them to be in that position when I attack. And I want to actually get my air units in a bit of a better position than they are. I also would like to try and... This army is going to have to stay in reserve because I do want to reinforce it. But I'll keep it in reserve and I'll bring it up to the front once the attack goes through next turn. So let's get on and complete what I need to do here. So I need to complete my upgrade of the 4th Panzers there. So that's all of my armoured units fully upgraded. I want to get the other units that need to be reinforced. So I'm just going to do that. Unfortunately, it means I can't move them this turn. So they're going to have to stay where they are and be in those positions for the attack. So now I have everything reinforced. Just finish off with that one. Yeah, so now it's just a case of moving units into their final positions. So this core, I actually want to have a little bit further in. And what I'm going to do with this core is when this army and this army are going to attack through Luxembourg, and then I'm going to bring this core over to replace this army in this location so I can protect the rear lines here. Because I just want to keep a defensive line along the Maginot here. So this unit I'm going to bring up. And that army I can't bring forward. So I've got 2 armies here. An armoured unit there. Now, I should maybe swap these 2 units over. The reason I'm saying that is because this armoured unit, I'd rather have it on a road because it will be able to move further forward, particularly as it's got to cross a river here. So let's just do a little bit of shuffling around here. That will only use up 2 action points. So I should be able to bring it back to that position where if I move the tanks out of the way. Alternatively, I could just shuffle these by doing smaller movements. Yeah, do that. Move the army up. And yeah, I'm going to move, I think, yeah, I'm going to move the core up because what I'm going to do is actually this paratrooper unit, the 1st Fallschirmjägers, have got some elite reinforcements. What it is you've got these little symbols here, little iron crosses, I guess, and for the Germans that is. And once you gain experience with a unit, these start to become filled in. And once you've gained one whole experience point, I guess here, then you can apply an additional point of strength to a unit, and it's called an elite reinforcement. And they are more expensive than normal reinforcements. So that's quite expensive, 21 just for 1 strength point. But it's certainly worth it because it greatly increases that unit's strength. So I'm going to do that there. This one doesn't have that experience level yet, so we can't reinforce it. Now, what I might as well do here... No, I was wondering whether to actually get this paratrooper unit into preparation mode. I'm not going to drop it into the Netherlands because these units are going to move through there very quickly, and they'll overtake the landing zone. Now, I know the paratroopers, I think when they are ready to be paratrooped in, they can actually move, I can actually paratroop them 6 hectares away from where they are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's about this area I would be able to parachute them in. It's a fairly dense area, and the chances of getting ahead of my other units is pretty slim. I don't think it's worth it. I'm just going to leave the paratrooper unit not as a Fallschirmjäger unit, but just as a land unit for now. And I might actually bring it down here because I'm more likely to use it in the attack on France. So that's what I'm going to do there. Ah, blast. The other thing I was going to do was actually put the HQs into manual mode so that I could reassign who they're supplying, because this HQ is supplying this paratrooper unit and I can't detach it now because I've moved the paratrooper unit. Can I attach anything else? No. I would like to detach. Yeah, I'm going to detach these air units because I want the HQs to support the frontline units more than anything else. And ideally, I would have liked it to support this paratrooper unit. Okay, that will do for... Yeah, I can't attach it to that one. Okay, so let's work on this HQ unit, put it into manual mode. Disconnect any air units or detach any air units. And let's get this one. Yeah, because I don't think these frontline units don't actually have any HQs attached to them. And I really want them to be attached to an HQ. I'm just going to move that air unit out of the way for the moment. But if I move my HQ, I can't do any reassignments. Why can it not? Why can I not attach it to any of these? Oh, I can attach it there. I can't attach it to that one. Is it because it's too far away? This one's covering. This one is covering those. Oh, blast. That's not good. I'll have to probably do some reassignments afterwards, but I've kind of messed up the HQ assignments here. Yeah, I really wanted these two units to be assigned to an HQ. Yeah, I think that's what I can do, but I am going to move this HQ down. And I'm going to move a tactical bomber there. The other thing I'm going to do is move this medium bomber down because these are great for reducing entrenchment of units, and so I'll probably want to be using that around Belgium and France more than anything else. So I'm going to bring it down to there. See how it goes. With this HQ, let's put this into manual mode. And see if we can get any attachments to frontline units. No, I can't attach that one. Why can I not attach them? I don't understand. Is it because it's already got its maximum level of attachments? Probably. I don't want these attached to it. These can stay unattached. They're going to get sufficient supply from their local supply sources, these towns. What I want to, though, is have this HQ supporting the frontline units. So I'm going to leave that one attached. I'm going to attach that one. No, I can't attach that one because it must have moved. And I can attach that one. Fantastic. Yeah, I think that's it. So it's not the best HQ assignments, that's for sure. But I think that's going to have to do. And I will try and sort that out next turn as we move forward in an attack. Okay, I think is that everything. So I think we are in a position for the major offensive next turn. Yeah, I think that's. I think I'm reasonably happy with that. It's certainly not the best, that's for sure, but it's going to have to do. Okay, so we've still got 108 MPP left. I'll come back to the German Navy in a little while. And we've got some work we could do on those units. So yeah, I'm going to come back to that. We'll work on the German Navy after I've done the Italians. So down here, I think I'm okay with the positions of these Italian units. Let's have a look here. These aircraft are now fully upgraded and reinforced, so let's get them over to North Africa and we'll start moving them forward to the front in the near future, or certainly in the next turn. So we'll bring this core up. We're going to have to reinforce this at some point, so I might as well reinforce it now. That's 25 MP out of our 87. The HQ. We'll get onto the road. Keep moving that forward. Yeah, and I think that's it. Can we do any reinforcement of that unit? No, we can't. Maybe when the HQ is there, I'm not sure. Okay, so for Italy, we have still got, what is that? 62 MPP. So let's work on getting our fleet reinforced. So that leaves me with 52. We'll work on this. Hang on, can this land unit? No. And I think that is on a road. Yeah. So, yeah, that can't be reinforced. Oh well. This battleship, we might as well work on the navy. Continue working on the navy. So that uses 35 out of the 52. The destroyer is fully up to spec. And so let's work on this destroyer. We can only do one, and that leaves us with 9 MPP. Yeah, I don't think that's sufficient to add a point to anything. Okay, that's Italy. All right, so let's come back to the German Navy, and let's start doing the upgrades to naval weaponry 2 and see what that leaves us with. I like the fact that this is nice and cheap. Okay, keep going over to the last one here, the Admiral Shear. Yep, I think that's everything. So that's the naval upgrades, and we've got, what have we got left? We have 50 MPP left. Okay, so that's not enough to do particularly anything with. We could, well, let's have a quick look at research first. So the reason we got a breakthrough, I think, is it's spying and, yeah, spying and intelligence. And if you look at the text down here, I'll hover over it. It does say at the end of that, that increasing spy and intelligence can also increase the chance of a breakthrough after the 45% threshold has been crossed. Now, oddly, we're still at level 0 on spying and intelligence, and yet we did get a breakthrough on naval weaponry. So I'm not complaining, but it seems kind of odd that I didn't have level 1 spying and intelligence and we still got that. Anyway, everything else is moving forward slowly. We've got a lot that are past that 45%, so we may get some breakthroughs elsewhere. And for the Italians, I guess it's a similar thing. Just progressing slowly there as well. Now, we've got 50 MPP left. I thought there was something I was going to do with a land unit here. Ah! I'm so slow. I was going to do work on these. I think I actually would rather spend the 50 MPPs on diplomacy. I really would like to try and get Hungary over to our side sooner rather than later. So I think I might invest 50 MPP there. Yep, so that gives us a small, but it's a 5% chance of success per turn of increasing Hungary's lean towards the Axis. So you never know. It is worth doing, I think. And that leaves us with 0 MPP. Okay, I think that is the end of the turn. So let's, it's the 28th of May 1940. Let's turn it over to my opponent and see what happens. Okay, Iceland joins the Allies. Allied raiders disrupt Norway to Germany convoys as usual. We've got 229 MPP and Italy collects 82. So it doesn't look like there are any other significant events occurring. Well, that's it, folks. Well, join me next time for my invasion of the Low Countries and France. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.